Yeah, we should be. Never mind. We should be ready to rock.
So the harvest is done.
Harvest is over. We
All
are done with 2024.
All the crops have been planted.
Well, they were planted back in the spring. Yes. We got done with that part a while ago.
I felt like such an idiot when I asked you, like, you're harvesting, right? You're not planting, are you? Shows how little I know about farming.
Yeah.
Is that a slow, is that like a slow going process? Like, do you have to stop how often do you have to stop and then unload?
It just depends. Depends on how much your crop's making. You can run, like corn. You can do, golly, you can run a lot of corn in a day. Like it depends. If you have bins, you can run it straight to the bins and dump it. So you can you can run 5-6 loads a day pretty easy. That's about 5,000-6,000 bushel. And that's say 6 truckloads, semis.
And the combine takes it off the husk, or I guess
it pulls it off the stalk. It's got these things called rollers and deck plates. It's got for corn, and then it comes in you've got your rows, and your rows come in. Those deck plates are closed. They're just big enough for the stalk to come through. And then the rollers catch the stalk and pull it through, pull the ear off. And then the head has an auger and chains that gather it and bring it up to the auger. And the auger brings it up to the combine, and it runs into the combine. And there's a thing called a rotor. And you set your rotor speed. And then you've got concaves, which is these little bars, or there's all different kinds. And there are little gaps. And it's a shield that you close from inside the cab, and you close it down or you open it up, and then the rotor speed spins it, and it threshes the kernels off the cob, falls through the concave, and the cobs go out through the back, and then there's screens called a chaffer and a sieve, and it runs through there, and it's like one of them's your pre-cleaner, one of them's your final clean. And it runs through it's supposed to screen out and catch the extra corn that didn't get caught in the process, the first step. So then it catches that, and then what misses there goes down to the final clean. And what that does is it catches it and recycles it all the way back through, and then it'll kind of catch all the extra grain, and it'll send it out the back.
Oh my gosh.
It'll catch all the corn cobs and everything and throw them out the back.
Dude, that sounds like a lot of stuff to
freshly stripped. Yeah.
Didn't break down a whole lot?
No.
Dang.
Unless you just, it depends. Like last year we didn't break down at all. This year we had 2 breakdowns. And it was for a week. But we have 3 combines. And so that way, if something happens to one, you've always got another one on the backup. And which we run all 3 of them, but that way, if one goes down, you're not stuck.
Right.
But
you can keep going.
Yeah, because it's too which we've been pretty blessed with the weather being dry and sunny and stuff. But
I guess that's almost like ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, if it rains, you're set back. We got set back there a couple days when it rained. But other than that, we only had one slow down day, 2 days. I think it was 2 days where we slowed down for weather.
Yeah.
And other than that, we started September the 14th, September the 12th, something like it. It was I think it was the 14th.
Golly.
Yeah.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Good.
Running every day from early. You'd start running. By the time you got everything else done, you'd get in. You can run corn till late, but we would usually quit a little after dark. And then we'd move everything around. By the time we got everything moved around and got the grain carts emptied out and the trucks emptied out and everything put where it needed to be for the next day, it was usually 10:30, 11 o'clock when you got home.
Gosh.
Then you roll out at 5 in the morning and do it all again. It gets
Gosh.
tiring. There
Yep.
ain't nothing like hitting the hay the last time. Like when you get done and you've shut everything off and you come home and you go to sleep and
Yeah.
you're like, man, I don't have to do all that hustle again tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Did you
But
enjoy it though?
I loved it.
Like just sitting there.
I wish I had 2,000 more acres to go.
Yeah, you can just start driving through random people's fields.
Yeah.
I don't know if you call that
Just start
theft
calling.
or
Just start calling.
trespassing.
Where's your truck at? I've got a load and I'm waiting. I done got a hopper full and I'm ready to run.
Dude, I bet it's sketchy driving those things on the road too.
Oh yeah. Well, driving them on the road isn't that
man.
bad. It's people, dude. People do not care.
Oh yeah, they're impatient.
You've
and-
either got the really cautious people that like because like I've got a truck. I usually have my truck going in front of me with the flashers on.
Yeah.
And I've got my flashers on. And then they're like waving a flag trying to slow you down.
Right.
Because I'm like way over the yellow line. And it's not ideal to get off the road. But some people, dude, they'll see that and they'll just keep going.
Yeah.
And then they'll run up on you and they'll lock their brakes up.
I've been guilty of that.
And
a couple times.
and then you'll have some people that'll see it that are used to it, I guess. You know, like if I see somebody come with flashers on and it looks like like they're pulling ahead or something, or sometimes they're not pulling ahead.
Yeah.
I'll slow down because usually there's a combine or a big tractor coming through.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and get ready for it because I know what that's like. People not getting off the road. But there was one time there was a guy that, I mean, dude, I thought he was going to drive his truck into a ditch. He was like he pulled all the way off the road over into somebody's field. And I was like, that's the kind of people you like to see right there. They just give you the whole road. But, dude, that's
the way I try to be. And I feel like a lot of people, well, I don't want to say a lot, but most people around here are used to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've never drove a combine, especially down the road. But I don't know. I feel like most people be used to it and give you room. But you got those one or two idiots.
Well, what the problem is, what I think the problem is, people think they drive just like a car.
I don't know. You turn with the back wheels, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The back wheels turn.
Oh.
But people think they drive like a car. I feel like they think, oh, their steering's got to be just like my steering is. You know, it's real responsive what I want to do. That's not the case at all.
So a lot of
You're
play.
bouncing down the road and like you're playing, and it's extremely sensitive.
Yeah.
And like
I
if
bet.
you touch it just one way, I mean, it nudges you this way or it nudges you this way, and it starts really bouncing. You can't just stop on a dime because it's geared, but it's hydrostatic, which means it drives off of hydraulics. So like you have a shift handle or a stick handle right here that you keep your hand on, and you just like it's like right here's park. You pull it out and push it forward to go forward.
Yeah.
Pull it back and pull it this way to go in reverse.
Yeah.
And you pull it. If somebody locks up in front of you, I mean, your only option is just to yank it back real fast and pull it in to stop, and it's still not going to stop on a dime. It's like it makes a whining sound as it's pulling all those hydraulics, just halting them. And then you hit the brakes too. But I mean, you can only go in 21 miles an hour. But when you got a machine that's that big, it takes it a while to stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been guilty of that a couple times. I'll be driving down the road and I know this is frowned upon, but texting and driving and see a truck come by that has with its flashers on or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't see the truck, and then next thing you know, you've got John Deere right there in your windshield. Gosh. Yeah. I don't do that anymore. I try not to.
I know what to look for when you coming.
You ever watched movies while you drive?
Heck no.
I know that sounds crazy.
Like what? Like what do you like driving down the road?
Yeah.
In the combine?
No, like just in your car.
Oh no! How do you watch movies in your car?
Maybe not so much watch, but like I would have my phone mounted up on the dash.
Yeah.
And more or less just listening to it, and then I would just glance at it.
Oh, no, I'll do the listening
occasionally.
thing all the time, yeah. Like, I'll set it in my cup holder, and I'll have it hooked up to Bluetooth, and I'll have the radio going, and I'll be, like, watching a video or something, like, having it play in the background, and he'll say something. I'm like, huh, what was that?
Yeah.
Let me take a peek at that.
Yeah, I've even had my phone like right up on my dash, like right in front of my speedometer.
Yeah.
I can just set it
I
right
taped
up.
it to the windshield, and I'm just looking at my phone while driving. I'm using the lane keep assist to keep me on the road.
And I got like I thought it was normal for like a while because there were some people that had said they do the same. I was like, well, I'm sure everybody does
Yeah.
this. And then there's just one time I was giving somebody a ride. We were coming back from Louisville, and I had my phone mounted up there, and I was watching. I think I had The Office playing.
Madagascar.
I was watching Step Brothers or something. I think I was watching The Office, and then they're just like, looked at me all weird. I'm like, you don't watch movies while you drive? They're like, no. I thought it was normal.
That's the first time I've ever heard of that. I've never watched a movie while I was driving. Just like the video clips.
Yeah, now saying it like out loud, it sounds
Bad.
Insane. I don't do it anymore. That was a long time ago.
I'm a changed man.
This is just last week. There's a lot of time between last week and now.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, yeah.
A lot can happen.
Sunday was 24 hours ago.
It's very true.
I'd never lie, neither does time. But yeah, like I think, but there's a lot of stuff like that though. You do that you don't think that's that out of the ordinary until you say it out loud to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, well, maybe now look at it in retrospect. Maybe that isn't the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because to you it just seems. I guess where you do it like so often, or
it's totally normal.
Yeah, it just seems normal.
Yeah.
Like, well, everybody does that, and then when you say it out loud, it's like, that sounds kind of bad.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty weird.
Yeah.
But I would like to drive a combine one day.
I'll let you.
And watch a movie.
I don't know about that.
You ever seen that movie, Son-in-Law?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, with Pauly Shore in it.
Mm-mm.
Oh dude, you gotta watch it. There's this one scene where it's like a city dude who starts like dating this farmer's daughter, and then he goes out to the farm and they're trying to show him everything. And one day he gets in the combine and takes off, and it's funny. You have to watch it.
I've never even heard of that.
Really? Oh, dude.
No, seriously, I've never heard of it.
Man, he's got some good movies. That's a weird dude, though, Pauly Shore.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dude, he is very strange. Like, watching videos, with him and, like, listen to him talk on podcasts and stuff.
He's out there.
He is very different.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think he said he was like, he was on a show and they started talking about dating or something, which I don't know if he was being serious or not, but he was talking something about like, because he's always like real joking.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those people like when you watch something of him, like you can tell if he's being serious, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think he said that they were like, "What's your type?" And he was like, "Trans." And they were shocked. They were like, "Really?"
Oh.
And then the video just cut off, so I never found the answer out. So I was like, "Huh."
We need Paul Harvey with the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever listened or watched any of his clips from his podcast?
I didn't even know he had a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but it is very different. And I think there's a trans person on there.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's weird.
A real they them. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the doctor the other day.
And they asked what your pronouns were?
Yeah, and like on part of the
For
registration.
Real?
Yeah, it asked like what I guess what your pronouns are. And I prefer not to answer.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving them that power over me. You can't force me into one category.
You should have put like
what you're a he-man or a she-man.
You should have been like, what's your pronouns? And you should have put like, see them titties.
It wouldn't let me type anything in there, but
it was type it in?
No, it was like it only give you, it's like a multiple choice.
Mm.
You get like she, her.
They didn't have a thing for other, and you fill in the blank.
I
You
don't
mean they
think
have
so.
write-ins for president, but not write-ins for pronouns?
That is crazy. I'm gonna
I mean, I
complain.
think the whole call me wild, but I think the whole pronouns thing's a little
Oh
wonka.
yeah. Oh for sure. I do too. I don't. No, I don't understand it. And like some people, like in the military, like you'll have like a digital or not a digital signature, but it's like on an email you'll have like
Yeah,
your
I know
you
what you're
know
talking about. Yeah,
your signature. Like mine says, uh, Matthew T. Pruitt, Staff Sergeant, Training NCO, yada yada. And then some people have their pronouns listed on there. I'm
really.
like, that's so just yeah. It's so I don't judge anybody, but that is dumb.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally entitled to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, if you want to identify as a fire breathing dragon, you go for it. Doesn't mean I have to call you or acknowledge
Like,
that,
dude,
but
it's just wild. Like, you see some of this stuff on the internet, and like, did you see? It was at a, was it a Kamala rally? Kamala, it was something to do with like the Democrat thing, and like even like the Democrat people. I hate to do this because I'm sure I'm butchering it, but it was something with a Democratic rally. I watched it was on TikTok, and this woman, it was like a child in a stroller, and it was I can't remember how old the kid was. It wasn't like a baby, like
yeah,
it was old enough, like it was probably I would say 2 or 3, maybe something like that.
yeah.
And that woman, like I think she was like the head of it or something. You can look it up on TikTok. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, and you can look it up. She was screaming at the baby, like screaming at its face, and everybody like grabbed her and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!"
What?
Yeah,
What, like screaming?
at the baby.
Like some random person comes up and starts screaming at the baby, or is it the mom?
Her, the woman that's the head of that thing, was there. Not the woman. She wasn't running for anything. She was just like the one, I guess, that
Like
kind of like put it
organizes
together,
it?
organized. Yeah,
Like what was she saying
I
to
don't
it?
remember. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and find it. I wish I could find it. But yeah, dude, it was.
Oh gosh, what would you do if? Well, no, I know
I'd
what I
punch
would do.
somebody in the mouth, woman or
Like,
man.
yeah. I mean, just come up and
Equal
start
rights.
screaming right in your face, your child's face.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
care anybody that got in my kid's face and was like, I don't care. You're gonna get pushed back, and then we're gonna mean you're gonna figure it out once
Oh
I get you
yeah,
back.
dude, that's crazy.
But not, yeah, it's ridiculous.
No, I didn't see that. I did see something like it was at a Kamala Harris rally, and
Somebody said Jesus is king or something like that. Is that what
yeah,
you're talking about?
yeah, it's like Jesus is Lord, and then she said, you're at the wrong rally. That rally is down the street or something. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what
I
was
remember. I know what
said,
you're talking about, though. Yeah.
but a lot of people said that's what it was said. But like I watched the video, I couldn't really tell. But I mean, that's crazy if that's true.
That's what it sounded like in the video. But somebody said that she was saying that to somebody else that had said something.
Yeah,
But I mean, in that video, I mean, people can edit a lot, so I'm not gonna say she did or didn't.
yeah,
I wasn't there, but it if she did, I feel like that was not the right move to
Mm.
make. And if
Oh
she
no,
did, and if you are a Christian and believe in those beliefs, then I don't think that supporting her
yeah, right,
would be in your interest.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I
because
was
she's
thinking.
like going against you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know what was said. I mean, I've seen videos and
Yeah,
I don't
I'm the
know if
same way.
I don't know if it was cut, but like what I seen, it sounded like that. But like I said, somebody else could have said something like after that, and somebody could have like went in and cut
Right.
that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it sounded like that. So I can't say one way or the other. But
The one I watched, it was kind of poor quality too. I couldn't really.
I just seen it scrolling through. I wasn't
Yeah.
look, and I kind of watched it for a second, and I never looked back at it.
Dude, you mentioned TikTok, and
So-
I don't really get on TikTok a whole lot until here
addicted.
recently. I've been getting on there, just I don't know. but like everything that pops up is like conspiracy
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
like
dude.
conspiracy,
Mine's
aliens.
mine is well, you've built your For You page a little different than mine. Mine's sports betting and just wild, wild
What, people
stuff.
winning like crazy amounts,
Oh,
or
I'm not even talking about them winning anything. I'm talking just like wild videos,
yeah,
like wild stuff.
I seen one the other
I mean,
day.
I've sent you some of it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
and,
say what it was.
dude, there was one thing I seen on there the other day. It was have you seen the Nutter Butter page?
No,
You know,
on
like the
TikTok.
yeah,
Are you talking about the cookie or whatever?
yeah, like the
Yeah,
little snack.
yeah.
You go to their page, man, and watch their like some of these advertisements. Dude, it is weird. Like weird, weird. You feel like you're doing shrooms or something. And I don't know, dude, it is just strange. Like somebody who is like in charge of their advertising is oh
A
my
little
goodness.
odd.
Oh dude, you gotta watch it.
I'll have to go look at that later.
And then I seen something about a pillow.
My
Uh
pillow.
I don't know, maybe that
That guy.
no, no, not that guy. But there was some kind of thing about a pillow, and it was I wish I could remember, but it was not actually a pillow. It was used for like intercourse or something. It was like some kind of not not sleeping kind of pillow. You would not. That's not the type of activity you would use this pillow for. But yeah, I don't know how I got there.
I'm sure you don't.
It's like sometimes you go down the rabbit hole. Next thing you know, you're looking at aliens coming from the center of the earth or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been very like I don't know. It is very addictive. TikTok is.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that the amount of ads that I watch too is just insane. You ever watch like an ad like here recently?
I get out of there as quick as I can.
Sometimes I've been spending a little bit more time there.
I'm
In the
appreciating
ads.
this marketing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start buying some of this stuff.
Oh wait, are you talking about for the TikTok shop?
I don't know. Maybe no, it's just like ads in between videos. Like some of them will pop up. Like,
Oh,
oh,
I don't get those.
that's really it. What?
I don't get those.
How do you not? How do you get away from them?
I guess I just keep scrolling.
Oh,
I don't know. I get ads for like people selling stuff in the TikTok shop. Like I'm looking
well,
at
and maybe
a
that's it.
diagnostic computer that I've got in my cart right now. I'm debating on buying.
I didn't. Well, see, until you said something about it, I don't know, a while back about the TikTok shop. I didn't even know that was a thing. That people sell stuff and buy stuff from it. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like Kate, we're trying to figure out how to put her like kids clothing thing on her to where she can sell it on TikTok shop. Because dude, people talk about like if you can get on there and sell stuff, like it's insane what it'll do.
Oh, I would imagine.
How quick it'll go. It's kind of like I don't know, because like people are scrolling and it'll just randomly pop up on their page,
Yeah.
and then like they'll see it, and it's like it'll be something that they've searched for or something, and I don't know how all that algorithm
Yeah,
crap
it's
works.
like the ad personalization, like it like tracks
Quit yawning.
what you look at and like what you search, and then
Yeah,
it feeds you ads that are relevant to that.
yeah.
It's like that thing where your phone's always listening.
Oh, for
You
sure,
talk about wedding
dude.
rings.
Ever since I've got that Pixel 9 and got rid of my iPhone, dude, that thing is a listener.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure. Like I'll
Yeah.
be talking, like I've noticed it because like I've been doing a lot of sports betting here lately, and I would be talking about the player before I was like gonna, because I always like to look at like what the spreads are and everything, and what the parlays are saying, and like kind of looking at the odds, and I'll get on there like because I want to look up a certain player's. I know the player, but I don't know all their stats, like what their averages are.
Yeah.
And I would be saying their name so I would remember it and like get on there and I would just type like say it was Daniel, and I would type a D and that name
That's
would come
first
up
thing you see.
first search.
Yeah.
We'll see Google like that's got that AI thing that Pixel 9 does, and it's good in a way. I don't mind it, but it makes my typing a whole lot easier. But
Yeah.
like it just like and it's wild. Like you can take like say somebody was watching this podcast and or say I was watching it on my phone. Say I wanted to see something. Well, there's a little bar at the bottom of my screen. I can pull it up. Say I want to know where your hat's from. I take and circle your hat, and it searches it and tells me where I can buy it.
What?
Isn't that wild?
Like, so, like, any picture, like
Anything.
you could take a picture of, like, a room and circle, like, one little like a painting on the wall or something. What?
And it'll pop up everything relevant to it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
I'll show it to you. Apple's got it now, but
dude, I don't do nothing. I don't really know. I don't use my phone to the full extent.
Dude, that thing, I love that thing. I mean, I don't know. I like Apple. Just because everybody else has it, that's what gets you.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't FaceTime, but, like, Google has their thing. It's called Google Meet.
Yeah.
So, like, I could send you an invite. You could download it and make a Google Meet account, and then it's just an app on your phone, just like FaceTime is.
Right.
I could click that, and it's no different.
So you can still do the same thing. Just
like you can
different way.
You can do all that AirDrop and all that stuff, but like it's called like Quick Share or something like that.
Yeah.
And what else? Like, and now they did that update or whatever, and like you can do like iMessages, but it's still green, and like it'll show when you're typing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. I like. There's a lot on that I like. There's a lot that I don't. That it's not as like when you swipe up to clear an app. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that does that too, but the iPhone was a whole lot faster at responding to that. Because like sometimes I'll click in and out of apps a lot.
Yeah.
And like I'll go to swipe up on it and it won't. It just wants to pull up because like the screen. For instead of scrolling, I mean, you can set it up to where you can scroll, like just flip through your pages. But like on this one, I kind of like it. It's like you just pull up and all your apps are on one page side by side. And it's just like you scroll through your apps.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then you scroll that page down and it goes back to your home screen. And then you can hold from the bottom and swipe up and then it'll pull up all your individual tabs that you have up. And you can just swipe through and delete those.
It feels like it'd be hard to get used to.
It was different.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're used to an iPhone for, however long. Yeah.
But then it's got a thing like, with us, it was kind of handy. I mean, you really used it, but I could see how it could be handy. It's got like a feature thing on the camera called Add Me, and it's AI. So, like, I could stand up there and take a picture looking at the set where we got our chairs and stuff with just you.
Yeah.
And then I could take the picture. And then I would let you go up there with my phone and take the picture with me sitting here. And then it would take the picture and it would add me into it.
Oh,
so we could both be in the picture, but with only one of us.
And it would look like seamless.
Looks just like it, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Seamless, yeah. And now I can see it for like when you want to take family pictures. So like if we took a picture and then had somebody come out and take the picture with whoever was taking it the first time.
Yeah.
Because it shows you where to stand. It'll show the whole prio, their picture, and like have a spot where you can stand where you won't be in it. They can tell you where to stand where you won't be in anybody's face or way.
Dude. And
then you take the picture and it'll add you in there with AI. It's neat.
Dude, that is crazy.
It's really neat. I like the Google Pixel. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I made that choice to get that phone. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care. Like a phone's a phone, but
right.
I don't know. Like I hate getting added into like family group texts and stuff.
Oh my god!
Like we haven't been added into any of those in a while, and most of the time, like if I got added into them, I never reply.
Yeah.
I never read it. Sometimes I read it. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't, but
oh, dude, I'm in so many group texts.
Oh, I'm not. I can't handle that. Only group text I'm in is with all of us, and all we do is send videos and memes in there.
Yeah.
That's it. Nobody says anything. And
I ain't been in there in a while.
Yeah, you have. You just sent a video in there like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I have it in there.
Yeah, you sent one in there.
Dude, that AI thing though, like AI, like it kind of scares me in a sense. Like, yeah, I guess because like what it could become eventually.
Oh,
You know,
and what
like
it will become. There
like
is no what it
iRobot.
could become.
Like I seen some video the other day, and it was, well, this is probably something in the past. Somebody's said this a while back, but it's like it asked AI how it would take over the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it talks about connecting to like a Roomba vacuum, and I can't remember how it all happened, but
They gave AI a puzzle to solve in a time limit, and it got too close to the time limit being over, so AI gave itself more time.
what?
Yeah, isn't that wild? But I don't think that's what the problem's going to be. I think
Hmm.
what you're going to have to worry about is like those those quantum computers.
Oh yeah.
That with AI,
Oh
they
dude.
said something about like those quantum computers could like figure out how to make a wormhole in space.
Yeah, dude. I
It
don't
was
really understand
wild.
it all.
Oh, well, obviously we don't understand
Yeah, I made one in my basement the other day, and dude, there's just so much that goes into it.
it. Yeah,
Now, I don't really understand it all, but they talk about how powerful those
I
are.
don't get it
And
either. I don't understand.
I don't really know what quantum means.
I don't know what it I don't yeah. Like I don't understand. I don't and like, another thing I don't understand. How do you mine for Bitcoin?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Uh,
how do you mine that? Like it's like computers.
yeah, it's
What are they mining?
somebody, I know a guy, uh, I know a guy, he's in the guard, and he knows all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
he does that stuff, and he's never really like fully explained it to me. But it's like
What have him on and have him explain it.
I'm gonna really butcher this. I'm not smart enough to be speaking on this because I don't really something about a blockchain, and I
I've
don't know.
heard that. I mean, like I've heard.
It,
I know what you're talking. Like the blockchain. I don't know
yeah,
what it means, but like everything I've read about it, it mentions something about a blockchain. But
yeah,
like I said, it's just above my head. I
oh
just don't
yeah.
understand it.
But like I've heard him talk about it like briefly, and I felt like he was speaking Chinese.
Yeah,
Like I don't really know what you're saying.
yeah.
But yeah, he's got
So he mines it,
yeah he's like very very like wealthy from it. Like he bought
and
Bitcoin
he's
back
in
when
the guard.
yeah. What an idiot. No, he's
Dude,
super intelligent.
we ought to have him on here. I would love to pick his brain about that and just like explain that.
Yeah, dude, he could too. Like he has a whole warehouse full of like it's set up just to do that.
Mine,
Yeah.
because it's like you have to have a humongous cooling capacity
Yeah.
for that because those computers get so hot.
And they take up like so much like
And
it's
it's like
so much
yeah,
electricity.
that's what I'm saying. It takes so
Yeah.
much power.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's made a lot of money. Like he made a lot of money off like the AMC.
So
Uh
he's up to date. He keeps up with all that
oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's very very high speed with it.
Dude, I just
Like,
can't do it. Like
mm-mm.
I just don't see how people find the time. I mean, it pays off, obviously,
Oh
but
yeah,
for a lot of people and a lot of times, I just feel like it doesn't pay off.
yeah,
It's just like
Al-
a wild. Basically, it's just a swing.
yeah. Alan got us into a couple of those wild swings
Hmm.
before.
I want a little bit of money out of that.
I lost
I
everything.
lost when you were like, you wrote me and you were like, dude. You didn't say nothing else. You just said, dude, Batcoin. I was like, what's Batcoin? You're like, dude, I've been watching it. Okay. And he said, dude, it's liable to be the next pop off
I truly thought
crypto.
I truly thought we were
I
gonna be
lost
millionaires.
$600 instantly.
Yeah, I had put in like when it was really low, and then it started building up some steam, and like I was positive quite a bit. I mean, nothing like outrageous, but I was positive, and it was looking good.
Yeah. I
didn't
never
want you
got
to
the
miss.
looking good side of it.
I didn't want you to miss out on all the fun.
Yeah. I got the thought I was taking home a 10 from the bar side of it and woke up with a 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I got beat.
I'm not a smart man.
Never did I claim to be. No, dude.
Oh,
I've been
man.
I've been really watching you ever do sports betting? Anything like that?
I
Do
have in
like
the
FanDuel
past.
or anything?
Yeah, in the past.
I was watching a video that earlier. This guy last night, it was tight end. What was that called? Tight end week or tight end weekend or tight end day? I can't remember. It's a Sunday that it's
Tight end Tuesday.
no.
Oh wait, I mean you said it was Sunday.
I can't remember. I'd have to go back and read about it. I didn't know that was a thing. But it's like everybody bet on tight ends to score. And I did. I bet on 4 tight ends to score anytime touchdown scores.
Yeah.
And I won $1,000.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dang, how much you put in?
$15.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then I had a $15 bet the other day and it won $100. But
Heck yeah.
there was a guy that bet on every tight, like, how much was it? I think it was a 6-leg or an 8-leg. I can't remember. Tight end bet, anytime touchdown score bet, $65. And all he liked was George Kittle on the 49ers to score.
Yeah.
It hit. He bet $65 and won $50,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy? And there's a guy that there was a guy that put together a bet, like an over/under bet, on Sunday for $100, and he won $183,000. Isn't that nuts?
Oh my god.
But dude, that's just studying it. I mean, and it's luck too. It's hard to ever get like a. It's hard to get a.
Yeah, like the odds of
A
winning
10
that
or a
much.
12-leg bet on over-unders and get them right on everything. I did that,
yeah.
and mine was going to be for $10. It was on college. It was college football Saturday, and it was like 10 games, and I was right on 6 of them, and it was a $20 bet, and it would have won $164,000 if they were all right. But it's like,
Man.
those are just so far-fetched. Those
Yeah.
are like, you got to kind of be like mindful when you're doing it. You got to be like, okay, I need to reel it in, because you can easily go negative real fast if you don't pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
So like, it's just like,
That would
and
be
they'll
me.
they'll give you like profit boost on there on FanDuel. They do. So like, if you bet like $25 on a same game parlay or a live bet, they'll double your money.
Yeah.
Sometimes, or they might give you 25% more, 30% more. So bet like $10 and do like a 4-leg that are good odds, and you can win 300,
Yeah.
350, something like that. Sometimes 600,
Man.
but that's like last night. That was or Sunday, and dude, I was sick because I was the first one hit. I'm sorry, it was a 3-leg. It was a 3-leg. I wish I would have done the 4-leg, because then it would have been big money.
Oh yeah.
But-
and you're doing good.
Yeah, and it would have hit too. But it was the last second of the Jags game, and the tight end he only had like 10, 15 yards the whole game. I
Yeah.
was like, this is out the window. I was like, I've lost. He runs to the end zone, breaks right to the outside, throws it, catches it in between 2 or 3 guys, and pulls it in for a touchdown.
Oh,
It hits.
man.
Next game, they sub in the tight end for the Bills, Kincaid. He kind of rotates in and out, and he rotated him in, and they throw it to him, and he charges in on like the 10-yard line, and he charges in and gets a touchdown. and it was instant, dude. I about died.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
most I'd ever won.
I would have come unglued.
Oh, dude, I was. You'd have thought I won $1 million.
Dude, I see how like you could get addicted to
Oh,
that.
so
and
easily,
I could ruin my life on there.
so easily. But like,
There's
and
no
then
way.
like, my thing is like, football. It's so up in the air. For me, like, for everybody really, because like you don't know who they're gonna throw it to. Like, I got like a couple bets tonight off of that, but I've got smart now. Now I'm just using the money that I won. I took my money out. Now I'm using the
Right.
money that I won.
Yeah.
So like, if I lose it, it's on me, you know. But I didn't lose anything. You
Yeah.
know? Like I just
you got
lost
your initial investment back.
Yeah. So,
Oh, that is crazy though.
I'm like, I've got like the NBA. I had a bet 2 nights ago that was a 10-leg parlay for $3,000 off of $20, and everything hit but one. DeMar DeRozan was supposed to score 25, and he scored 23 or 24.
Oh my gosh.
I was mad,
I would
dude.
be sick.
Gosh, I was mad. I woke up and I was just instantly pissed.
Oh, dude.
But
Imagine being so close.
I got one tonight for that.
Yeah, it's just like all luck. Like,
Well, like if you go, like you gotta watch it, because like if you go off the stats of it, like and see like off their averages and stuff like that, and like the ones I've hit, I've kind of stayed consistent in what I'm hitting, like what I'm betting on each game. Because I've been doing NBA mostly now.
yeah.
Like I still do football some, but like NBA is my main thing that I'm really paying attention to. And like NBA, it's like really easy to catch their averages.
Yeah.
And once you can catch their average, you catch a bunch of guys' averages, figure in it like they're like right at the bottom of their high average. Like say they
Right.
usually score 25 points, put them in for 20.
Yeah.
It's negative. It's not positive. You're not going to make as much money. But if you do a bunch of them like that for like, I don't know, 16 legs, I think the one tonight I got's like a 18 leg or something like
Good
that.
gosh.
And yeah, if they hit, that's a lump sum.
Oh, man.
But I've had, out of the past 4 NBA bets, I've had every single one of those hit. But there was some oddballs that I put in there
Yeah.
that didn't. And that's what screwed me up, was those oddballs. So I put all those in tonight and left the oddballs out.
You imagine waking up and you've won like 1.7
Oh, well, it ain't that
million
much. No, you can't win that much. The most you can win on there is $1 million. In one bet, that's the most you can win is $1 million.
I'll take that, dude.
Dude, that would be a heck of a freaking leg.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
Dude.
wild odds. There was a guy that had a bet on there tonight.
You can see other people's bets, too?
No, like people share their parlays, like
Oh.
what their parlay is, and this, like, you can follow people and like you can go back and look at their track record. They'll post if they hit or not. And like, there's one guy I follow. He's pretty good. He's not good on NBA, but he's good on football. That's who gave me the tip. That's who I went to for the tip on the one I won.
Yeah.
And but like, you can go back and look at those people. There was a guy that had one tonight for the Steelers Giants game, and it was Pittsburgh had the money line, so they were going to win. Pittsburgh defense to get a pick six, which is
Oh, yeah.
that's high odds.
Yeah.
Like, but he was like, this guy's threw interceptions in here. I can't remember what he said, but what his reasoning for picking that was. But then it was like there was 2 players anytime touchdown scores, and then the 2 quarterbacks to throw for over 175 yards, and $100 won $14,000.
Oh, man. Still, that's oh, my gosh.
That's risky.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Like, I bet, like, you know, it's just that's a lot.
I could see, like, doing, like, $20. Like, I'll do, like, $20
I like to
here
do
and there.
I like to do the max bet on the same game profit boosters is $25. So it's like $50.
Yeah.
So like if you get it, you know most of those profit boosters you can put $25 in and add like a little like a could happen, could not happen. If you're wanting to get a little risky to make a little bit more money,
Yeah.
I mean you could do $25 to make $1,400. And dude, but here's the thing, it's like you want to hit big, but if you did a bet that did 750 off of like $10, $15, and it hit, and you did that 4 times a week,
Oh yeah.
like, that's a good chunk of change.
And Rain Man
I feel like
practically
I'm trying.
bankrupt a casino.
Well, Dana White got kicked out of casinos.
Oh, dude, he bets like big.
Yeah, like there was a story one time Joe Rogan was telling that he was in there watching him, and within the first like 20 minutes, he was down $500,000.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was like,
Dude,
gosh,
that is
I would
crazy.
die, dude.
I mean, that's like, I mean, could you imagine having that much money where you could be down
Like $500,000 is $20 to you.
Yeah, and not have to like cut your leg off to pay your debts.
Yeah,
Dude, that is
it's
crazy.
insane. It's wild. Like people are like, $500,000 is not a lot of money. Well, I mean, I guess if you look at it in the long run, you look over a 45-year period, it's not a lot of money in the long, like spread out through that amount of time.
But
immediately, that's a life-changing amount of
Heck
money.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That could get you out of debt and put you some money in the bank.
Yeah.
Give you a chance to let your family live a life that you wouldn't have been able to before.
And most I've ever won on like any kind of like lottery or anything was like I won how much is either 750 or 777.
And you put it all back in and lost it all.
On a scratch off. No, I haven't bought any. To be honest with you, I've only bought like a few since then.
Oh, I don't. I like being able to kind of predict my odds.
Yeah.
Like, if you pick a few bets, you could be as safe as putting in $10 and winning 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like doubling your money. But here's the trick. You get to that, and the max bets on those things, you can get up to like $2,200.
Good.
So,
yes.
like, say you did a safe bet. Say you hit a big bet that won like 20 grand. Okay, you turn around and do like 4 safe bets for 2 grand a piece, and the prize is like 4,200. So you're gonna win $2,200, and you did that 3 times. That's $6,000 something off of a initial $30 investment.
Yeah,
you've done made like $36,000, and you just continue that trend because it's
there's
very
gotta
possible.
be people that do that.
Oh, there's people that do it for a living. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
and then and then they'll share some like higher statistic odds that are like win big. Like that one I did was like a plus 4,400 odds. So
man.
yeah.
Yeah, I could get addicted.
It's
to that.
It's quick. I mean, it can.
Oh, because that thrill of like winning.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I think, but like I'm. I guess it sounds bad when I say it out loud, but I don't really bet on there much. Like I think I bet maybe the past like 3 weeks, a couple times a week, like $10 here, but I've done won it back.
Yeah.
So, but like overall over a 2-year period, I was 600 on that thing. I was 600 in the hole.
When that's not like
over a 2-year period, I was like, that's not that bad.
No.
And like I won it all back. And then some. I
mean, heck, I'm sure some people are like 60 grand in the
hole. Every bit of it. But like it's like that's like I said, I was like whenever the goal obviously is to take the money that I won and double that and then double that.
Right.
And double that. That's everybody's goal. Just keep going. But I don't know if that'll happen. But when I run out of that, it's like that's it.
Yeah, because I'm
done. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
After you win big, like you keep on chasing that next big win. I guess kind of like
you got to know when to say stop.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's what scared me when I started. I was like, man, I was like, when I win, I don't know what I'll do. Well, when I won, I didn't really. That's the first time I'd won. Like I'd made stupid bets before. I'd be like freaking positive 35,000 odds, $10 wins 32 grand, and I'd get pissed when it didn't hit.
What?
You kidding me? Like when you sit down and you actually think it out, And you're like, okay, it's not about the big wins. It's about getting several medium size wins.
Yeah.
And then maybe hit one big win eventually.
Yeah.
But it's all about studying the odds. And I'm not saying I'm nowhere near a pro at it. I'm just very mediocre at that. But like, if you look up everybody's stats and you go off their bottom baseline, not off their high year, go back a couple years and look at where they were averaging when they were just kind of getting good.
Yeah. It's like an educated guess.
Kind of a pretty safe bet, and it's done me pretty well on those. And then I would throw that wild card in there. And I knew when I threw it in there, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and be like, God, I shouldn't have done that. And I would open up the app and look, and sure enough, everything else hit.
Except
but
that. Yeah.
Or those 3 that I threw in.
But it's like a thing you never know.
You don't, because it's anything that any dime could be a pop-off game. Football or basketball.
That would be crazy. Wake up in the middle of the night and you...
I wouldn't go back to sleep.
Oh, no. No.
I'd just go in there and look at it.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look at this. Sit there and be proud of it.
Yeah. I worked hard for this.
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy.
But it's like I've always heard, and I kind of look at it and it's like, yeah, it is stupid. But also, anybody that has money, I don't have a entrepreneurial idea going like to start a business right now. Like, I don't have anything. I have no initiative for that. I don't want to. I've got enough going on and being self-employed for them and doing all that stuff. I've got enough to do. But I'm like, everyone that I've ever talked to has made money on a gamble.
Yeah.
Not a gamble. Not like gambling. You know what I mean? But like rolling the dice on a deal.
Yeah. They took a risk.
They took a big risk. And I've talked to an older guy that I talked to quite a bit, and he was like, he was like, I made more money. And I mean, he didn't work an office job or anything. He worked outside every, hard work. I think he done some other stuff throughout his life. And he was like, I made more money with my head than I ever did with my back. He said, if you keep that in mind, if you can learn how to do something that you don't have to break, it just takes a little bit of thought and a little bit of careful planning to make that deal and make it happen. It's like you'll make more money doing that than you'll ever do working.
Yeah, instead of working yourself to death.
And that's what I think about that. Like, I'm like, that might be the wrong mindset, because that's probably what a lot of people that go broke think. But
I mean, if it's paying off.
I'm like, dude, if you sit back and you really study it, you're just kind of you're not going off of what you think. You're sitting down, like, I'm literally like looking, like I've got like 4 tabs open, like looking at stats, like I'm not writing it down, but I'm like, I'm sitting there pulling it back up when I'm going to pick those picks, and I'm like, okay, this guy has this. I was like, I think, I'll pick him for 20 points and 4 rebounds and 6 assists.
Yeah.
And do that, and like, I'll go back through. I'll go off their high, like what they average, and I'll cut it back like 3.
Yeah, give yourself
4.
like the best odds you can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's smart. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not, because if you're gonna do it, like, do it to win. Don't just do it to throw it away.
Yeah.
Because what would be more better than waking up after sitting there carefully placing something like that and really studying it, and like waking up in the middle of the night and being like, holy crap.
Your hard work's paid off.
Yeah. Or like what you sat there and really tried to carefully plan out and think about and finally did it is come through for you.
Yeah.
And made you, I haven't won a life-changing amount of money, but, several people I watched on there that they'll, like that one guy that won, his wife was in there in the bed, and he was sitting there just pacing back and forth in the bedroom, being like, come on, throw it to Kittle. And sure enough, he moves over to the left side and busts that wide open on the left side. And that dude just went nuts. I couldn't imagine what he felt like.
Dude, I bet that was, I don't know, that was exhilarating.
Yeah. And the thing is,
it's like a high, I bet.
Oh, every bit of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is like when people get addicted to that, they're chasing, it's just like anything else. They're chasing that high.
Yeah.
But like another
They're
thing is
chasing
like
that feeling.
if you get big enough and you can like if you get good enough, not big enough, if you get good enough and you can like show a proven track record of your bets, you could start posting like parlays and stuff of your picks, and people will start following you.
Yeah.
And then that's how these guys get into. They'll get on these apps that like require a membership or whatever. So these people will pay. They're like, listen, this membership's going to pay for itself, and technically it will.
Yeah.
But
then you can make
then
money
you make
that
money
way,
just doing bets. But obviously, if you start screwing up your bets, then you're not going to make any money.
Yeah, I get too many of those wild hairs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see myself getting into that and like just like
honey, move out. I done gambled the title.
We've gotta sell the house.
Yep, I've gambled the deed away.
We're moving into this camper.
I'll win it back. That's the wise words of every gambler. I'll win it back.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's just like a drug, I guess.
Yep. I would think. I mean, it's fun. Yeah, it's bad to say that, but
cocaine is a blast.
Yeah, you can't even do cocaine in this country anymore. But
That's sad.
We were talking about that JD Vance, Theo Vaughn podcast. That was
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it was eye opening. Like I didn't really know anything about Vance.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I
learned a lot there.
I didn't really learn a lot. I just kind of learned I didn't learn a lot per se in like knowledge wise. But I learned a lot about what kind of person that he was.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said a lot of good stuff that I agree with. There's one thing he said that I didn't did not agree with. But it's just he said he's a man of faith or something, and he's a Christian. But he said, but I don't wear it on my sleeve. I was sitting there thinking, oh man, I'm like the exact opposite.
Yeah, because he said he doesn't trust those people.
Yeah, I was kind of confused
I know
by
what you mean. The kind of people I think when why is it doing that? When people say that is like, this might be bad of me to say, but like the people that are like, and you'll know what I mean when I say this, the people that are so act like they're so wrapped up in it, and they're posting all the stuff and they're doing all the things, just constantly talking about God. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, but it's always those people that are hiding the biggest thing.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of what I took from that, because I was like, most of the time, people that post say that are always talking about God and stuff, they're not doing it in a weird way. They're doing it in a totally normal way. They're not working it into every single sentence that they're trying to talk about, like just talking to you.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you can tell somebody's like a godlier type of person just by the way they kind of carry themselves. They don't really have to show you. They do. I mean, they do show you over
actions,
but their actions and like the way that they talk, like they're careful with what they say, how they say it. They don't try to come off the wrong way, and
right.
They don't really say anything like you would take as like, oh well, what's he thinking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
but
about.
like the people that are like just shoving it down your throat,
it's like they're trying to almost convince themselves that maybe they're that religious, or they're saying that maybe they have to say it so much because their actions don't reflect it or something. You know what I mean?
Well, it's I understand what you're saying, because it's like people that do the worst things. Not the worst things. They're just trying to hide something. that they don't want to come out. Like, say somebody's like big in like a church, or like they're big into gospel stuff, or like they're a part of a church, and they play a bigger role in it, and say they're in the closet.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want people to know that, so they try to be overbearingly Christian
Yeah. That way,
to
if like
make
somebody
you
heard it,
think to make you think like, yeah, like if somebody hears it, be like, oh
like,
no,
well,
not
there's no
him.
way that.
There's no
Yeah.
way that that's him.
Yeah.
Or like, just just
Yeah.
things like that, or people that are really trying to like keep something quiet,
Yeah. Yeah.
seem to
I know
be
what you're
those
saying.
type of people. And like some of the greediest, most snake-like people that I've met in my life, and that's sad to say because it shouldn't be that way, have been that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah. I
mean,
know
that's my
several.
personal experience, not trying to be, but there's people that I know that are godly people and things like that, but they're not, they don't shove it down your throat. It's just like,
Right.
is,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, and like you're actually like what you said earlier. Like you can tell. A lot of times you can tell. Like you don't have to be told to tell if some people are godly people, but just by the way they carry themselves and
yeah.
their actions, like you see God through that. That's the way I always like want to be, especially when I get older. Like I see myself. Uh, like I don't ever want to lose like my witness to somebody. Like I don't want
Oh, yeah. I mean, if somebody
anyone to
was that,
see that anything other than God. I don't want my actions to go against like my faith. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I don't want
But
to
then,
say one thing and do the exact opposite.
yeah, yeah. And that's like, I just, I try. I'm human. That's the only way really you can put it. But like, I don't do a lot of. You're not gonna catch me doing things that go against the religion, Christianity, or what my beliefs are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously when you're growing up, you do everything under the sun.
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't. You're not really paying attention to it. Then you're in that kind of learning phase of life. I feel like at that point, like you're just experiencing.
Yeah. Everybody slips up at
Yeah, but like
some
once you get
point.
older, it's like what you want to do, and it's your choice. And I mean, like I said, I mean, everybody's got no wrong. I'm not saying anybody's wrong in the way they do anything, but I just have my ideas of the way it should be, and I slip up in that sometimes too because there's certain things that I don't think is as bad as what some people put it out to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if somebody wanted to, I think we've said this before, but like I don't see anything wrong with somebody like going out to eating like getting a glass of wine or drinking a beer or something.
No.
I don't see anything bad with that, but some people would like throw holy water on you and think you had an upside down cross on your forehead.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people think it's like the worst thing ever, and
Yeah.
it's in moderation. Like if you're like one drink here or there, or even if you have like a drink a day, like if you're not drinking to get like drunk,
Yeah.
and I don't see nothing wrong with that. I feel like it's up to each individual person and what they're convicted about, and
Yeah.
if God convicts you about something,
Yeah. Because that's like I used to. Uh, I used to. I don't really do it anymore. Uh, because I've kind of done a different way about it, but I still cook. So, but like I used to keep like a 6 pack of beer at the house. 'Cause I never really drink it.
yeah,
I don't drink anymore. But um, I took and I would take like and make like beer can chicken on the smoker.
oh yeah,
Or I would always marinate. They're like we would cook like crock pot hams in beer. Like you pour beer in there
yeah,
and stuff like that. But it never bothered me. But I was always like, if somebody came out here and looked in there, and sometimes there would be like a 12 pack or just I don't know, there'd be beer in the fridge, whatever. Didn't really bother me. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, somebody could probably come out here and look in there and be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic.
He's yeah.
See like some poured out, because like, sometimes I would cook like a bunch of stuff, and I would buy like there was times I'd buy like a 12, like a 24 pack, because I was going to cook like a couple times or use it a couple times that week.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna get get a bigger pack instead of going back 2 or 3 times.
Right. Well, and it sucks that people would judge you like that, but like you will, like people would judge you for anything you do.
Yeah, that's the annoying part.
Yeah, even if they saw you at the liquor store, like, yeah, I think we've talked about this before
Yeah.
too. But just buying a pack, like a case of beer, they see you walk out with that, like, oh,
no context, no nothing.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
instant.
Yeah,
that's what gets me, man.
Yeah,
but then there's, I don't know. I could go into it a lot more.
I guess anything you do, though, people are gonna judge you. You know, no matter what.
That's my thing. It's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what you have to say about me or nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't.
Doesn't bother me. I know the way I feel about things. I know when you cross the line, and I understand if some people can't do anything like that, and like, I mean, they didn't buy it for those reasons. They bought it just solely because they had, alcoholic. It ran in their family. They got addicted to it, and it's a sad situation. And it's broken up a lot more homes than it's ever fixed. But
oh yeah.
A lot of people see that, and then they think, I don't want anything to do with that. And I think that's what a lot of it is too. And they're like, if you have anything to do with that, well, you must be a bad person behind closed doors or something. That's kind of the way I think of it. And I don't know. It's just, it goes with everything. It's like we talked about that one time, rather than people would take any pill that a doctor prescribes to them, but for pain. But if you told them, hey, why don't you just take this edible or take this cannabis oil or something like that and use it for pain, it's not addictive. It's just, you could eat 15 of them. Only thing you're going to do is freaking pass out.
Yeah.
And go to sleep. It's not going to kill you.
And eat
nothing.
The rest of your house.
Yeah, you'll be in there eating your baseboards, but putting ketchup on them. But I don't get people, man. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
And I'm the same way as you. Like, I don't care. I don't really care what anybody thinks of me, like, or what anybody says about me. I truly don't care.
But it's like people, it goes both ways, and people like that don't think that way look at us for saying something like that, or people like us for saying something like that, and they're like, "Oh, you are so wrong.
Yeah,
you are the one in the wrong. You are the problem."
Yeah, and
I don't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's great. Anybody can think. They can have their own opinion.
Yeah, but what really grinds my gears is when people think that they can come up and say something to you about it the way that you believe. You're like, well, I don't think you're right about this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never had that happen. And God knows it's good that it hasn't. Because whoever tells me that is going to get lit up one side and the other. Because you are no one. You are not the person to tell me what I can and cannot do.
Yeah.
Because you don't think that it's the right thing. Because, I mean, like I said, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like I said, it's not me.
It's like somebody coming up to you and
anything that you do,
sharing their opinion, just it's
about anything
than yours, and you're in the wrong.
Yeah, and it's like people that there's people that have said stuff not while I was around. I've never been there when it's happened, but people have said stuff about the way that Pierce was acting and like the way they would have done something different, and it like eats care of one side and down the other, and she fights to keep her mouth shut because they have no idea the struggles that we have went through to get where we are today with him. But
and that's the hardest thing too, like biting your tongue and
especially when it's about like your special needs
Yeah.
kid, and like they're
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Oh, I would
man.
have done," or like something happened here. Like I've never had anybody say anything to me,
Yeah.
and well, I mean, I don't, I don't hold back, and
Yeah.
I'm not. I guess it's a good thing that
Oh, that'd
nobody
be
said
tough.
anything because I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut. I never will, and I'll make you feel about this small by the time I'm done. I'll piss you off one.
Oh yeah,
Because
man.
my point at that point is not to be nice. It's to make you feel as bad as possible.
I'm really good about I'm really good about letting anything like roll off. Like people like somebody could insult me or tell me whatever. Like
Yeah.
insult me in the worst way
Yeah, don't care.
and I could care less. Like I
Yeah.
just let it roll off. But then when it comes to your kids, man, it takes a different like that's another level of strength it takes to uh control yourself.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a different ball game at
Yeah.
that point. You know. And I mean, especially it's a thing that Kate always says she wants to be a voice for the voiceless because like Pierce can't talk. We don't know what goes on. If something bad happened,
Yeah.
we won't know. He can't tell us. Just like the one thing that did happen, I've told you about. I can't really say anything about it.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for cameras and stuff and other people speaking up that saw it, I don't really know
Yeah.
if we would have known.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't anything wild, like it wasn't anything bad, but
Yeah.
I mean, something happened, but it, yeah, it's just like in instances like that, that's when you want somebody to be a voice for the voiceless, and that person
Right.
stepped up and
Yeah, and you're
can't be
grateful.
more thankful for that person.
Right.
And, but, you know, I just I don't understand what, I just don't understand what some people, it's just like they can't keep their mouth shut. It's like they think something and they just let it come out.
Oh yeah, like they have to be heard.
Yeah, that's like
They
they're
have to
it's
voice
like,
their
and they'll be
opinion.
like the loudest person there, and freaking yelling does not make you smarter. It's a sign of
No.
ignorance.
No, you're right.
The dumbest people are the loudest.
Yeah, I guess that was like there's like a quote about like the loudest person in the room is like
Never the smartest.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's where
Yeah, I like to sit back and like especially if I'm in a big room, like I'm never gonna be the loudest person in the room, but I like to like people watch.
oh yeah.
I like to watch people.
Don't ask me for my opinion in a room like that. I don't. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna sit back and be like, "Oh, let's listen."
Yeah, I like to just sit back and observe people,
No,
and it's like I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird too, maybe.
I don't think so. I'm the type of guy that'll go that at their kid, like at a party or a gathering at their house. I'll like go away from everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What is that? Extrovert?
No, no, introvert.
Introvert. I
Yeah.
don't know the ways, but yeah, that's me. Now like
Yeah.
if I'm at a place like with a bunch of people like that we're friends with and like we're all hanging out and I'm not that way, I'm more of an extrovert. I'm always been outgoing.
Yeah.
Always. But like when I'm around a bunch of older people and I don't like really have a lot to say, I'm not really all that in common.
Yeah, can't
with
really
them.
contribute much to the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, it's just like I don't care. You can only fake laugh for so long.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You can only do some oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for so
Gosh.
long.
That's wild, man. That's crazy. Yeah. And you didn't give them the yeah so many times, and they still won't leave you alone.
Yeah, dude, that's the worst.
I have a gun. No.
It's like some people just can't pick up on that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's very easy to pick up on like social cues. I'm like, okay, well, this person's getting annoyed with what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
they're not paying attention. But some people do not, and just keep on.
Yeah. And I mean, like
Oh,
I don't
it's
care
exhausting.
to sit there and I'll talk to anybody, but like when you're trying to get away from somebody, like because you're just like I don't really have anything more that I can contribute to this conversation, and I feel like I'm losing brain cells. So you're just like you're trying just to get away, like being polite about it,
Yeah.
and then like I pulled the old, oh, my phone's ringing, And I'll be like, and then I'll look at it and be like, oh, I gotta take this. And I'll be
It's
like,
not
I'll
even
be back.
ringing.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, take it down.
You know what gets you out of every conversation? Tell
What?
them you've got diarrhea.
I will
I've
never.
gotta go.
I would never say that out
They
loud.
may not ever speak to you ever again. I've never used that, but
I haven't either. I don't know if I ever would.
I think I might. Like, hold that thought. I've got diarrhea.
I don't know what I would say. Like, I don't know what I would say to somebody that said that.
What, are they gonna follow
Be
you
like,
in
why'd
there?
you say that? Be like, oh, you need some help? I got some Pepto in the car. You give me 10 minutes. Like the overreaching hand of somebody.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll come in there. Don't you think twice. It's a natural thing. We all have this.
Oh yeah. Me and Taylor, have you ever heard of the Irish goodbye?
I've heard people, but I don't know what it.
It's like
You just disappear.
Yeah, like
that's
you're
my
at, like,
favorite.
yeah, we said we're gonna start adopting that, and like you're at a social gathering, instead of going around telling everybody bye and hugging everybody, yada yada, you just leave.
I do that at family gatherings. I'm serious.
Yeah, I wanna start doing that so bad.
And they'll be like, "Where'd you go?" I'm at home.
I'm at home. I left 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I tell no one about. Like, I think my mom. We were at a family thing one time, and literally everybody was out back, and my mom was sitting there at the table, and I was like, "All right, I'm going home. I'll see you later." And everybody else was in the back, and then mom was like, "Everybody was asking where you went. You never said bye." I was like, it's all right.
They didn't hear me.
Yeah, they didn't hear me. I was loud enough in my own mind.
Yeah, I want to start doing that, because it's like, by the time you start telling everybody bye, and
Dude, I know, and that's the worst.
another 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I tell Kate all the time. It'll be like an hour after saying bye for her to leave.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it was the other person's fault. And I'm like, I'm sure it was. But it's like, I'm not that person.
She's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Taylor's the same way.
I'm not that person. Like, when I say bye, that's it.
Yeah.
Or like, even if I'm on the phone, sometimes I'll carry on a conversation. Like, I'll get to talking and I can't shut up. But if somebody says, all right, listen, I got to go, I'm like, all right. Because I'm just used to that. Because sometimes I'll get to talking and I'll just lose train of thought and I'll just keep going. But most of the time, I'm just like, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, my great grandma, she was the best about that too. And like, you could be in the middle of talking and she'd be like, see you, bye. She'd hang right up. And I always thought that was so weird. Gosh.
But now you relate
now
to
it's
it.
like, that is the best thing ever. Or like, if you're on the phone, you just turn your phone into airplane mode.
Yeah, where it says it call ended, like it doesn't, or it says call failed, where it doesn't say call ended.
Yeah,
yeah. And my bad thing is like, if somebody calls me a lot, not like repetitively, like we call a lot. Like, me and you will talk on the phone every now, but it's not like we call each other like every other day or anything like that. But like, if somebody calls me a lot, like calls me like 3 or 4 times a day, like I've done this with Seth sometimes. He'd call because I'd be busy, and he'd call, and he's done it to me too. It's just normal. And pick up the phone and be like, yeah, talk for like 5 seconds. Be like, yeah, well, listen, I'm busy. I'll let me call you back. Hang up the phone. I don't call him back for a week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm very bad about texting. Like, somebody calls and like I won't answer. Sometimes I'm busy and sometimes I'm just sitting there scrolling.
Yeah, I'll text you and it'll be like 14 hours later. Dude, my bad. I'm just now seeing this.
But and sometimes it's genuine, and then sometimes people text me and I'll hold on. How's it? Yeah, I'll read it, and then I'll go back, and I'll unread it. That way I can read it again later.
Yeah.
Like,
you probably have a lot of deja vu, don't you?
Dang, I feel like they said this earlier. But dude, like, I answer the phone so much, and I'm on the phone all day. You don't want to talk? Long. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And, seriously, I'll have, 10 unread text messages, majority of them from different people. And, oh, dude, it's so exhausting. It takes so much out of you.
Dude, I don't text anybody. ever. Like, well, I text you and Kate and like maybe 5 people, and it's just a couple times a day, a few times a week.
Yeah.
I don't even. Me and Kate, we just call and we talk for like 5 minutes, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's like
Yeah, it's the same
like
here.
we live like. My thought is like even dating, like when you're young, like and you're dating somebody, like you would text and just like every 5 minutes and be like, "What's up?"
Oh my gosh.
And it was
Yeah.
like not much. What about you? I mean, like nothing. Wow. And then he would be like just random things. Haha, LOL.
Oh yeah.
Like when you were like in like 7th grade or something, you know what I mean? 8th grade.
That's
like,
the weirdest thing thinking about it now.
It is. Like, boy, man, we were gay.
Dude, there were several people that were not several, but you know sometimes I'd spend 6 hours on the phone with somebody.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Talking about nothing really.
No, you'd literally just lay in the bed and have the phone laying there beside you, watching TV, saying nothing. Be like, "You still there?" Yeah. All right. Felt like an old man.
Gosh, it's so dumb.
I think girls would call the house or whatever, and you know, it was you'd sit there and talk to them, and I was like, I didn't know what to say. On the phone,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to talk about. You'd be sitting there talking, and I mean, they would just ramble, and I'm watching that with one. He calls his friends and on like FaceTime. They used to. They don't anymore. But they had a group FaceTime, and they would be playing like Fortnite or something.
All on the phone?
All on the phone because one of their headsets didn't work. So they wanted to be able to hear. So they'd turn their TVs all the way up.
Oh my god.
And they would sit there and have FaceTime laying on the bed, and none of them would be saying anything. I'd be like, why are you FaceTime?
Yeah.
Be like, we're playing together. I was like, nobody's saying nothing. He's like, I don't know. Yeah. And then like he'd be on FaceTime sitting there just watching videos. I'm like, why are you on FaceTime?
Yeah.
I don't know, we're just FaceTiming.
Carter's the same way.
I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, why? But then I think back at like stuff I did. I'm like, and then you call your friends. Sometimes you talk for like, and I still do this. I'll call like Seth. We'll call, and dude, we'll talk for, gosh, an hour.
Yeah.
An hour and a half. Like he'll be driving down the road or something, coming back from work, or I'll be going somewhere or something. And I'll call him. And it's like an hour trip or something, and I'll call him and sit there and talk.
Yeah, especially like when you're driving some like a pretty good distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sit there.
I'll get on the phone and call somebody. Because I'm like, most of the time I don't, because like when I'm going, it's during the day, like when everybody's at work. But like if it's a later afternoon, like, you know, when I was driving, like it wouldn't be nothing for me. Say if I was going somewhere, like the reason I haven't called you because you're at work, so I know I couldn't talk to you that long.
Yeah.
But like, say if I was an afternoon and I called you one afternoon, I was like on a road trip. Dude, I could probably call you and talk to you about this podcast, and we could talk about stuff like that for 45 minutes.
Oh,
Easy.
Yeah,
we've done that so many times.
Yeah.
Sat on the phone, not even realizing it, talking for like an hour, 10 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. And not even realize it.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to sit down and see each other. Like, this is the first time we've seen each other in, golly.
Yeah, several weeks.
When was it? Yeah, I was going to say it's been like 3 weeks since we did one. It's been a little while.
Dang, it has. Yeah, it has been a little while.
It's been a while, man. It's been so busy. And see, you just don't get to sit down like you want to.
Right.
But, I mean, now we will. But we couldn't at the time.
Yeah, man, dude, like, during the day, I stay so busy with, it's so easy for me to, like, I could get 20 phone calls a day. Like, 20 plus phone calls, like, every single day.
Yeah.
And then 15 or 20 text messages, and it's, oh, dude, just constant. And it takes so much out of you, like, I don't know, you're just drained, like.
You don't even want to look at the phone.
No.
Yeah.
So, like, now, like, a lot of times, like, when I get to the house, like, I'll plug my phone, I'll put it on charge, and then I'll go outside and do whatever.
Yeah.
And just because, and then some people call me, after hours about work stuff, and oh my gosh.
My thing is like what gets me, and I guess it's that the age where we're at is like knowing you can get a hold of somebody at any time. It's like I always try and keep my phone on me because I'm like, what if something bad
Yeah,
happens?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. We're at that point with Carter where he's going to be riding the bus to and from basketball games. Like, well, probably need to go ahead and get him a cell phone.
yeah. Unfortunately, we got to that kind of deal, which
Yeah,
we had to kind of break down and do that, and it's not what you want to do, but it has been a big benefit being able to just
yeah,
know,
oh yeah. Well,
that's the only positive.
well, me and Taylor were talking about it, like, and I guess the only reason I don't want the kid to have a phone right now is just because I didn't have a phone
Me too.
at that time.
Yeah,
But
and I feel like it's better. That was my thing. Like I hated it, and we still. Hey, only time he gets it when he's at home is like an hour and a half before bed, or if he comes in and the the baby she has a show on TV she wants to watch.
yeah,
In which Pierce gets an iPad, because well, I mean he just usually watches, or anymore he really doesn't. He watches farming videos on YouTube, a lot, and he's got a specific guy he likes to watch. His name's Millennial Farmer, and he watches it all the time.
is it like farm sim videos?
No,
or-
it's real farming.
like actual
yeah,
farming?
it's a guy actually farming, and so if all that's on, we'll be like, yeah, you can watch your phone for a little bit, but like we're kind of strict with the time. It's
Yeah.
like you're not staying on there forever, and like Kate will take it away, or we'll take it away, whichever. It's more her. She's here with them more than I am, to be honest. And it's like make them go outside. Man, I
Yeah.
don't care what you do. Go
Yeah.
outside. You're not gonna sit here on the phone. Get outside.
Right.
You're not gonna sit here on the. That's her thing. You're not gonna sit in here on the screen the whole time.
Yeah. And Carter and Kendall, most of the time, they, like, if it's a nice day,
Yeah.
like, Carter will be outside shooting basketball, or if I'm outside working, then a lot of times they'll come outside too, and we just put up a volleyball net for Kendall, so they'll go out there and play that, and yeah, I'd much rather see them outside playing.
100%.
And
Yeah.
But it sucks, man, and like, you come home from work and you're dog tired or something, and then, a kid asks you to play like volleyball, or Carter asks to play volleyball or basketball.
Yeah.
And then, like, at first, like, some days I'm like, no, I can't. And then I'll always get to thinking about it. And I always think about one day he won't ask me to play basketball with him.
Yeah.
Or they won't ask me for this, won't ask me for that. And I'll always, no matter how tired I am, I'll go out there
Well, you got me.
and play.
I'm ashamed to say that, but you've got me beat in that area. Because
I mean,
I'll come
not
in.
every time.
Yeah.
Not every time.
I'll come
But-
in and I'll just they'll be like, "We come out here and do something." Like, listen, man, I'm exhausted. I just really would like to get a shower and sit down
Yeah.
and just relax for a minute. And then there's times like me and Preston, we were it was coming a flood, and we were down there at he was shooting basketball beforehand, and back when I was a kid, that was my favorite thing to do, was play games and play basketball in the rain. And so me and him, he's like, let's get in the house. I was like, no. I was like, let's stay out here.
Yeah.
And it was like, we would do that. Yeah. Probably have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was done that late. But, yeah. But like, again, well, that was kind of an abrupt ending. But
Yeah. Scared the fire out of me.
yeah. But we're getting back to our normal routine. Once a week, and we'll keep pumping it out for y'all.
Yep.
But
We'll see you on the next one.
yep, we'll catch you guys later.